Hey guys, it's Tessa from HandleTheHeat.com. Today I'm so thrilled to be sharing with you my recipe for ultimate chocolate chip cookies. I've made hundreds of cookies in my life, and I think I finally got down the perfect chocolate chip cookie. It's thick, it's big, chewy, soft in the middle, but crisp on the outside. They're amazing, and I know you're going to love this recipe. So if you'd like to learn how to make my ultimate chocolate chip cookies, then keep watching. Let's get started with our dry ingredients. I'm using a kitchen scale to weigh out my flour measurements, and this is going to be much more accurate than using measuring spoons and cups for volume. This is going to ensure that every batch of cookies I make turns out perfectly. And I'm actually using half flour, all-purpose flour, and then about a little less than half bread flour. And the bread flour is going to make my cookies wonderfully nice and chewy. This is a great tip to add chewiness to your cookies. If you don't have a kitchen scale, you can of course use measuring cups and use a volume measurement, but I would definitely suggest considering investing in a kitchen scale and an oven thermometer. These two things will dramatically improve your baking. So I'm adding 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And this recipe is actually pretty easy to remember. You can find the full printable recipe at the link below on my blog at HandleTheHeat.com. Now I'm going to cream my butter and sugar, and I want to make sure that my butter is not too warm. You want it to be at a cool room temperature. And I'm actually using a half a cup of granulated sugar and 1 1/4 cups of brown sugar. And I'm using way more brown sugar because this is going to lend that butterscotch flavor to my cookies and make them soft and thick and a little bit chewy. Cream your butter and sugar for about 2 minutes or until light and fluffy. So go ahead and add 2 large eggs and 1 egg yolk. And the extra egg yolk is going to help make these cookies stay ultra soft and tender and give them a little bit of extra flavor and richness. And I'm adding these one at a time and making sure that my mixer is thoroughly incorporating the eggs before I add the next one. Now I'm just going to add a dash of vanilla, and then it will be time to add my dry ingredients. I'm going to add these gradually on low speed so I don't end up with flour all over the place, although that usually happens anyways. And I'm going to mix this just until the flour is thoroughly incorporated. Now I'm adding 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. You can use any type of chocolate chip you want. You can use chocolate chunks, or you can use M&Ms. You can do whatever you like. And there we go, my cookie dough is all done. Now the most important part about this recipe is you're going to cover and chill the dough for at least 24 hours, but no more than 72 hours. And chilling the dough is going to really enhance that butterscotch flavor that's so great in a chocolate chip cookie. And it's also going to make it so that you know that your dough won't be too warm when it heads into the oven. So these cookies are going to be nice and thick instead of thin and flat and crispy. So I'm actually scooping out fairly large 3 tablespoon sized balls of dough, and I'm going to bake these at 350 degrees for about 12 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes. And the cookies should be golden brown, and you can see just how perfect they look. They're a little puffy when they first come out of the oven, and then they flatten. Don't these look amazing? Okay, so my cookies are just cool enough to eat. They look perfect. It took about 12 minutes in a 350 degree oven for them to become golden brown and delicious. I'm so excited. You guys have to try this recipe. If you learned some new tips and tricks about how to make chocolate chip cookies, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next Wednesday for another food video.